Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hacker AJ Raven, and I'm here with my recap and review of Boruto Naruto Next Generation's anime episode number 161, which is titled The Castle of Nightmares. So this episode opened where the previous episode left off. We see that the butler ended up getting himself infected because he wanted to see whether or not Mr. Kirisaki was the type of doctor who could help him before Kirisaki is invited to meet the butler's owner. So he ended up fainting on the bridge, and of course, Salad and Mujino come in closer as well, and they're like, "What are you gonna do now?" Because none of them are doctors and none of them know how to treat the Hashirama cell infection. So, fortunately, Miss Yubina ended up giving Kohanamaru a sample of Mitsuki's antibodies so that they can take this sample to the Leaf Village and get that analyzed. So, Kohanamaru ends up using Mitsuki's antibodies on the butler, and it seemed to work. Before the butler regains consciousness, Salad and Magino leave, and this is where the butler is like, "Yeah, I think it's time for me to take you to my owner." And Kohanamaru is like, "That was reckless. You could have died. What were you thinking?" And the butler is like, "I will do anything in my power for my owner." And Kohanamaru, who's disguised as Kirisaki, he's like, "You know what? I helped you. Now, would you please let me know who your owner is?" And the butler is like, "No, I can't do that. Why don't you follow me?" And Konamaru is like, "No, that's not happening. We are walking away." So they pretend to walk away, and this is where the butler ends up saying that, "Yeah, I'll tell you who it is." So it turns out that the butler's owner is a very old woman by the name Miss Sakuya, and she lives in the Fushu castle. And I actually thought that the butler's owner was going to be Deepa in disguise, but that's not happening. And I have to say that, in my opinion, I think there are a whole lot of different parties involved in this episode. And yeah, the cast just keeps getting bigger. So after they get to know about Miss Sakuya, this is where Konamaru and Boruto follow the butler towards the castle, and Salad and Magino are behind them. And we get the shot of the four ninjas who kind of look similar. These are the same four ninjas we saw in the previous episode who turned into women to get closer to Kirisaki. They overheard the conversation, and they're like, "You know what? We need to get to the castle faster than Konamaru." Then the scene shifts to Yubina's clinic, and she is putting a drip into Mitsuki's arm. And I'm like, "Yubina, I know that you're supposed to be a medical ninja, but I don't think this is the best place for you to insert a needle. I would have inserted it near the elbow, but okay." So she's using Mitsuki's blood. I think she's taking out the plasma, and she's using the plasma to try and heal the little girl that's infected. So let's see if that works. And yeah, seeing Yubina experimenting on Mitsuki, I'm not really sure how Orochimaru is going to feel about it if he ever finds out. Then we get to see Miss Sakuya, and she is sitting in her throne room. And on the left behind her, you can see our left, not not Sakuya's left, but on the left of the screen, you can see that the Hashirama cells are behind her in a cylinder. So one of the maids comes in, and she's like, "I brought you flowers," and she brings the vase forward. And Sakuya ends up seeing her face in the vase, and she's not happy about it. So basically, Sakuya wants Kirisaki to use the Hashirama cells in order to make her young again. And I'm not really sure how I feel about one of the not main character, but another filler character who is kind of main to the overall narrative, being obsessed about how they look. It kind of feels very tropey with how certain stories always makes women feel obsessed with their looks. So I'm not really sure how I feel about that. So the butler is telling Kohanamaru and Boruto about what Miss Sakuya expects from Kirisaki, and Salad is like, "Wait, you can use Hashirama cells to grow young again?" And Mujino is like, "You know what? We don't understand Hashirama cells well, so I'm not really sure if you can actually use them to grow young again." And yeah, while I am upset that they ended up using this very tropey decision for Miss Sakuya, it kind of has its support, kind of, because we know that Tsunade is also kind of obsessed with how she looks, and then Orochimaru is obsessed with looking young and immortal. So again, I'm feeling conflicted. So we get to see the castle. It's a very big castle, and she's of course very rich. You can see the air carrier at the top, and over the castle there's this barrier, so no one can come in and go out unless they have the butler with them. And Boruto and Konamaru and the butler notice a crowd outside the castle, and when they go there, they see that there's this person dead on the ground, and it's as if all of his life source has been sucked out, and you can tell that it's one of the four ninjas we saw previously. So yeah, one of them died, so those people, I guess, sacrificed their comrade. And so the butler takes everyone inside. Of course, Mujino and Salad can't come inside, so they're like, you know what, we're going to stay outside. Good luck. As they're walking through the castle, this is where the butler ends up trapping Boruto. This is where the butler threatens Kirisaki. He's like, Kirisaki, if you don't show me how you can use the Hashirama cells in order to make your apprentice young again, I'm going to infect your apprentice with the Hashirama cells. And Kirisaki is like, wait, you want me to turn Boruto, my apprentice, into an infant? And the butler is like, yeah, I need you to do something because I can't allow you to experiment on Miss Sakuya unless it's 100% certain that you can help her. And Kirisaki is like, you know what, I will do that. However, first I need a drink because I can't perform surgery unless I have a drink. I need a drink to stable my hands. And the butler is like, yeah, I'll go get your drink. And this allows Kirisaki and Boruto to get some time. And it turns out that the one that's trapped is actually Boruto's clone. And while the butler is busy trying to get Kirisaki a drink, the real Boruto runs around the castle and he's trying to find a way to get to Miss Sakuya and steal the Hashirama cells. And he's like, where should I go? And this is where he ends up smelling perfume. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to follow the perfume. And while he's moving through the corridors, the three ninjas, because one of them already died, they are keeping an eye on Boruto. And I actually have to say, because I remember that in the past, Boruto's clones couldn't exist unless they maintain visual of each other. They can't run away far. But seeing Boruto being able to run around the castle while his clone is intact, so I guess that shows how much Boruto's shadow clones have developed. Then we get a scene between Victor and Deepa, and Deepa has come to meet Victor, and Victor tells Deepa about how the person stole the Hashirama cells and how the Hashirama cells in the land of silence. And Deepa is like, oh, that location. If I'm supposed to go into that location, then I can kind of reveal my full power. I don't have to be as careful as I need to be. But Victor is like, Deepa, no, I still want you to be careful. I don't want anything to happen to the Hashirama cells. And while he's talking, he notices that Deepa has already left. And yeah, we are like, what, 5 or 6 episodes into the current arc, and we still haven't seen Boruto interact with Deepa. They are really hyping it up, so I hope that the interaction is cool. Then we see that Yubina was able to cure the infected girl by using Mitsuki's plasma or antibodies, and the girl wakes up. Mitsuki is still sleeping, and Yubina tells the little girl that she should thank Mitsuki when he wakes up. The butler comes back with the drink, and Kirisaki is drinking it. Boruto's clone is still there, and this is where Kirisaki asks more questions to the butler. He's like, you need to tell me how you got the Hashirama cells. I need to know. And the butler tells Kirisaki that there was this person who was working for some medical company, which we know belongs to Victor, and he stole the Hashirama cells and he brought them here. And they also talk about how they ended up infecting a young girl in order to see what the Hashirama cells can do, and the young girl ended up transforming, and they threw her out in the street. So yeah, I think that the young girl that the butler is talking about is the same young girl that Yubina recently treated. Who knows, maybe it's some other young girl who turned into a monster. We don't know. So Boruto is able to find the throne room, and he takes down the guards outside. He goes in and he notices that Sakuya is on the throne, and he is like, I need to get up there to get the Hashirama cells. And this was a scene that made me laugh because even though Boruto is supposed to be a ninja, instead of silently walking on the ceiling or on the wall, he uses those sneaky Scooby-Doo steps to make his way towards the stairs. And I'm like, Boruto, you're a ninja. You should have done this better. So he tries to get the Hashirama cells, but they aren't there. Then he notices that someone has decided to kill Miss Sukiyo. Sakuya, yeah. Miss Sakuya, and it turns out that it's the ninjas, and two of them are here, and I'm like, where's the third one? So the third one ended up going to the butler in disguise, and he is like, oh no, a leaf village has infiltrated the throne room. Hurry, we need to go there. And of course, the butler runs away. Bruto's clone disappears, and Konamaru takes off his disguise, and he's like, yup, I guess we are doing this now the serious way. The butler notices Baruto in the throne room with Sakuya's dead body, and of course the butler is like, oh no, you killed Miss Sakuya. He pushes the alarm. He tells everyone to come to the throne room because Leaf Village ninjas have infiltrated the castle, and everyone's going there. And before the butler can do anything, the three ninja brothers or siblings or whatever they are, they end up killing the butler as well. So of course Baruto is now framed for killing Miss Sakuya as well as the butler. And there's also something about three ninjas using perfume, so I guess that's going to play a role in the story somehow. I'm not really sure. And then it's revealed that the three ninjas also ended up killing the guard or the mystic ninja who was able to have the barrier over the castle. So now the barrier is down as well, so everyone can go into the castle. Everyone, the guards of the castle are making their way to the throne room, and Baruto is using his clones to keep the door shut. Konamaru notices the poison on the kunai that was used to kill Miss Sakuya, so I guess that's going to come into play later as well. Again, I'm not really sure. And Salad and Mujino are on top of the castle, and they're worried, especially because the three ninjas ended up running throughout the land of silence and yelling about how the leaf ninja ended up killing Sakuya, and if someone ends up killing the leaf ninjas or arresting them, they'll get a reward. So everyone in the land of silence ends up coming to the castle, and of course they're going to come in, and yeah, Konamaru and Baruto are in trouble. Let's see if they're able to make their way out. This is where the episode ended. I will be doing a written review of this for the Geekieri. The link to that will be down in the comment section below. It was an enjoyable episode. I am starting to feel that this arc is being dragged out, but it's still enjoyable. And again, as I mentioned, I do think that there's a whole lot of different parties involved. We got to know about Miss Sakuya. She ended up being dead. We got to know about the butler. He's dead too. So yeah, too many characters for my liking. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the upcoming episode 162. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled, I bid you goodbye. So I'm going to talk about what to expect in episode number 162 of Boruto. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the three ninjas are looking at the Hashirama cells. Apparently, they are working for someone. They are supposed to bring this Hashirama cell to their boss or their client or whatnot. Is that client Tipa? I'm not really sure. Is it someone else? I'm not really sure. Who knows? So Baruto and Konamaru are able to run away from the castle. However, the entire land of silence is after them, so they're trying to like hide away or escape. We also get to see the shopkeeper they met in the previous episode. Maybe he'll help them for a price. Who knows? But yeah, that was the episode. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section below. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later. Bye.